Hey guys, it's not a vlog, it's not a podcast, it's just the tea. Today we will be talking about fees. Fees and commission. That's what's on everybody's mind when they think about real estate. How much does it cost to be a real estate agent? How much does it cost to take the real estate course? How much does a license cost? How much do real estate agents actually make? We're going to cover it. So I'm going to serve up that piping hot tea and tell you all about it. You want to become a real estate agent. Where do you start? Well, first of all, there is a few requirements. You have to have a high school diploma. You have to be over the age of majority, which in Nova Scotia is the age of 19. You have to have a clean criminal record check. And you have to pass the Nova Scotia Association of Realtors licensing course. I took the course online. The course took me a few weeks to complete. You do have up to a year to complete it from the time you sign up, though. So it depends on how much time you have on your hands. If it's something that you can do in, your spare time, if you're already working full time and you can only, study on weekends, then it might take you longer. For me, I plugged through and I did the online course and I just went at it like all day, every day, and I finished it up within a couple weeks. Then I wrote the exam. The exam was absolutely grueling. Let me tell you, it was one of the hardest exams I've ever taken in my life. And, I have how many years post secondary? Like 7 years post secondary education. And I can tell you that the real estate exam was the hardest of them all. It's not for the faint of heart. I think they make it that way. You have to really, really want it. It's not something you can just kind of be like, meh, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. It's pretty grueling. So keep that in mind. Now, there are some fees associated with this, of course. Let's get into that. I have them written down here. Okay, so if you're going to be taking the online course, so you learn at your own pace, it's all online. I think there's, I don't know, 12, 15 different modules, something like that. So the course is going to cost you $3,418.86, okay? And then when you complete the course, the exam is going to cost you $100 plus tax. Now, you do have the opportunity to rewrite it a second time if you failed the first time, but if you fail the second time, you have to wait an entire year, retake the entire real estate course, and then start fresh again. So, and repay that $3,418.86 as well. Okay, so once you pass your exam, your new license is going to cost you $535. The Nova Scotia Association of Realtors joining fee is $786. CREA is going to be $200. Now, your quarterly dues for NSAR, Nova Scotia Association of Realtors, is $117.25, and the CREA quarterly dues are $77.50. Then you're going to need your E&O insurance, which is another $461.70. And for your first time, there's a $100 joining fee. So, if you can do mental math and compute all of that, it's going to cost you about $5,000 just to become a realtor. Now, bear in mind that $5,000 can easily be recouped, and we're going to get into that now. What exactly do realtors make? How much money do they make per transaction? Inquiring minds want to know, right? I get asked this question all the time. How much money do you make exactly? Well, not that much, let me tell you. You have to really love your job as a realtor. Your heart has to be into it. So, in a real estate transaction, there is two sides. There's the selling side and the buying side. Okay. Typically, it's a 5% real estate commission fee. And within that 5%, the listing agent and the buying agent will split that commission. So you're each going to get 2.5% commission on that closed transaction. So, for example, let's use a $500,000 home as an example. Okay, so if each agent, the seller's agent and the buyer's agent, each get 2.5%, that would equal $12,500 for each of those agents. Okay, so of that 2.5% or $12,500, you have to remember that you're splitting a brokerage fee with the brokerage you work for. Typically, it's a 70-30 split, maybe higher, maybe lower, depending. So that's going to leave you with, let's say, $10,000. Okay, so now you have $10,000. But then realtors are self employed. So we have to pay our own taxes off of the money that we make. So come tax time, it's not a windfall, it's a debt. So after we pay that taxes off of the $10,000, then we're left with maybe 8,000, 7,500 at best, depending on if you're paying into EI. Okay, so now you're left with $7,500. Out of that $7,500, you have to remember you might have desk fees. Exit doesn't have desk fees. Ask me about that later, but typically brokerages will charge you a monthly desk fee, anywhere between 120 and to $500. I've even heard crazy amounts of money. So that will come off the top. The administrative fee will come off of the top. You have to take into consideration all of the time and gas money that you spent on driving these clients around, showing them different houses before they settled on one. So, I mean, it's probably easily $500 right there. So, on a $500,000 transaction, you're probably going to end up taking home about $5,000. So, that is about 1% of the selling price. And that is a typical payday for a realtor. Now you know. And of course, if you're thinking of buying or selling, check me out, santinalopi.com. I'll post my website here, or you can give me a call anytime. I'll post my phone number here, or you can reach me by email, santinalopi@outlook.com. Don't forget, I have written a Nova Scotia First Time Homebuyers Guide. It covers all of the questions you may have about buying your very first home. It's available on Amazon, or just contact me. I'll get you a copy.